Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. I'm your host Safa and you are listening to Crime Pod. Last time we covered the case of Gave sisters from India. If you haven't stumbled upon that video, I have already given a link in the description box of this video. Do check it out. Today's case is from the neighboring country, Pakistan. This is the infamous case of Noor Mukadam. Without doing a further ado, let's get into the video. Noor Mukadam was born on 23 October 1993 to Shaukat and Kausar Mukadam and was the second of the three children. Her father Shaukat Ali Mukadam is a former diplomat of Pakistan. He served as an ambassador to Kazakhstan and South Korea. Noor was born in Amman, Jordan and then moved with her family to Ireland where they settled in Dublin. She received her early education from Our Ladies Group Primary and Secondary School. As Noor's family is from Islamabad, so ultimately they decided to move back to Pakistan, where they lived in Naval Anchorage, Islamabad, a posh neighborhood. In a business dinner, Noor met Zahir Jaffer, son of her father's friend Zakir Jaffer. Zakir Jaffer, born on January 3, 1991, is the only child of Zakir Jaffer and Ismat Adamji. His family is one of the wealthiest families of Pakistan. His father is a business tycoon and owns AGCL, a real estate company who contracts with military and often hosts lavish business dinners. Zahir is a dual national. He holds both Pakistani and American passport and was serving as chief brand strategy officer for Ahmed Jaffer and Company. He also had a license to be a counselor at a center called Therapy Works. He met Noor at a business dinner, and it was from there that they began getting close to each other. And finally in 2018, they made their relationship public. Zahir from a very young age started showing violent trends. He was a drug addict and alcoholic. Despite of having a beautiful relationship from the start, Noor, due to Zahir's violent behavior, parted her ways with him. But on July 18, 2021, after not talking for more than 6 months, Noor received a call from Zahir Jaffer. As Zahir booked a one-way ticket to New York, and the flight was scheduled on July 19th on 3:50 am. Zahir told Noor that he wanted to meet her. Noor on the evening of July 18th left her house in Naval Anchorage at around 9 pm and reached Jaffer's residence in F7th Fort at around 10 pm. As Zahir was scheduled to board at 3:50 am of July 19th, so he booked a taxi to Islamabad International Airport. At around 2:15 am, Zahir came out of his residence and got into the taxi. But he wasn't alone. Along with him was the barefooted Noor Mukadam. On their way to airport, Zahir suddenly told the driver that it was already late and he didn't think that he will make up to the flight, so he better turn back to drop them at their residence. The taxi dropped them at Jaffer's residence at around 2:35 am, and after that, no one heard from Noor for almost 2 days. According to the pioneer media channel of Pakistan, Geo News, the taxi driver told them Noor was silent throughout the entire trip while Zahir continued to speak to her. She was seemingly livid at Zahir. 2 days passed, but she didn't return, and her parents were now getting worried about her. So on 20th July at around 1 in the morning, Noor's father sent her messages inquiring where she was, but Noor didn't reply. Then at 5:48 am, Noor's mother Kausar Mukadam sent her several messages, but again no reply came from Noor. She then called her friends, but they also didn't have a clue where Noor was. Finally at 10:43 am, Noor sent a voice message to her mother. The details of that are not privy to the public. This was the last time her family had any kind of contact with their daughter. Shortly after this message, Kausar receives a call. On the other hand of the phone was Zahir Jaffer, a family friend and Noor's ex-boyfriend. In that call, Zahir kept on telling her that Noor isn't at his place. The family kept on searching for her, but they were not getting any closer to find where Noor was. Then on 7:30 pm, Shaukat Mukadam receives a call from Kausar police station, relaying to him the devastating news of his daughter's demise. Now we are moving to that part of video where we are going to tell you about the detailed version of what happened at Jaffer's residence. Police received a call on the evening of July 20, 2021 from an employee of Therapy Center. The worker told them that there has been a murder at a house in F7th 4th Islamabad. Police immediately arrived at the upscale residence of Zahir Jaffer and they found Zahir Jaffer with his shirt streaked with blood. The blood was of Noor Mukadam, whose inert body was laying in Zahir's bedroom. Police sifted the crime scene and they started collecting the evidence. A knife which was also used to beat Noor was bagged along with other items found at the scene. The items also include Zahir's clothes, a knuckle duster which was stained in blood. Fingerprints from the crime scene were also collected. On spot, police arrested Zahir Jaffer along with 2 housekeepers, a guard and 6 of the therapy workers who were sent there by Zahir's father to help him get rid of the body. And it was after this that Shaukat Mukadam received a call to make him aware of this tragedy. Police started their investigation and during investigation the CCTV footage showed that Noor tried to escape by jumping from the balcony but she was chased by Jaffer and the house security guard handed her back to Zahir after repudiating her escape. Zahir then dragged Noor inside the house and police thought that it was the time when Noor Mukadam was killed. A leaked audio tape revealed that after the murder, Zahir phoned his parents and told them everything that had occurred. Instead of calling police, they called Therapy Works, a counseling center where Zahir worked. Therapy Works staff arrived at the scene and they tried to placate Zahir, but he was in such condition that they were not able to control him. And during this scenario, one of the Therapy Works staff got injured. That injured worker later called police and told them what happened at Jaffer's residence. An FIR was registered against Zahir under Section 302 of the Pakistan Penal Code. 4 days later, Zahir's parents and house servants were also arrested on suspicion of complicity in the crime. Police investigated the role of Therapy Works too. Data recovered from Zahir's phone indicated that he had a history of violence against the opposite sex. Zahir's name was placed on the Provincial National Identification List and Exit Control List by the Pakistani government to prevent him from fleeing the country. In Noor's autopsy report, her cause of death was mentioned as strangulation. She was raped, tortured and stabbed multiple times by Zahir Jaffer. He then proceeded to decapitate her head with a knife. On August 15, 2021, police were able to match fingerprints and DNA confirming Zahir's involvement in the murder. Zahir's trial began and on 24th February 2022, Additional Session Judge Atar Rabbani announced the judgment where Zahir was awarded death sentence for murder, 25 years of imprisonment for rape, while watchman Muhammad Iftikhar and gardener Muhammad Chan were sentenced to 10 years in prison for abetting. Zahir's defense lawyer tried to portray him as mentally challenged, but the court also dismissed this. Additionally, the court acquitted Zahir's parents, the cook Jamal, and the Therapy Works employees, as the court couldn't find any evidence against them. After this judgment, several appeals were made from both sides. Noor's father appealed to increase the sentence of Zahir Jaffer, Muhammad Iftikhar, and Muhammad Chan, as well as against exoneration of Asmat Adamji, Zakir Jaffer, Jamil, and the Therapy Works employees. On the other hand, Zahir Jaffer along with Iftikhar and Jan Muhammad also appealed to reduce their sentences. The appeal was heard on September 14, 2022 by Islamabad High Court judges Justice Amir Farooq and Justice Sardar Ejaz Ishaq. On March 13, 2023, the High Court judges upheld the original sentences of Zahir, Iftikhar and Jan, while also increasing Zahir's life sentence for raping Noor to death sentence. Zahir Jaffer on April 12, 2023 challenged the High Court verdict to Supreme Court of Pakistan. Zahir is now on judicial remand in Ordeal jail, and according to reports, he refuses to eat and becomes violent and is seeing a psychologist in Ordeal jail hospital. Shaukat Mukadam tried his best to bring justice to his daughter even though Noor's family couldn't bear the loss of her death, but finally they knew that the killer of their daughter is paying for what he did. Zahir's family also posted their condolences on social media and denounced Zahir's acts. The case of Noor Mukadam simulated massive media attention. The then Prime Minister Imran Khan also directed the Islamabad police to make no concession while probing this case. Celebrities and media personals also tweeted under hashtag Justice for Noor to convey their sentiments. At the end of this tragic story, just like all of you, I have a question. And this question had been nagging me for a while. Whether Noor's case would have ever reached to trial or to media if she didn't belong to a well-off family. That's it for today's video. I hope you liked the case study with me. If you do, don't forget to like this video. Leave a comment if you have any suggestions for our future uploads. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed so you're never gonna miss any of the future uploads. Stay tuned for our next video. Until then, goodbye.